Well, my exploration today actually starts up this creek here inside the Enoggera Barracks. I'm currently standing underneath Sanford Road in this drain culvert. And what I'm having a look at today is a relatively unknown stormwater drain which was built in the 1970s that runs through Enoggera here on the north side of Brisbane. Now obviously for security reasons I can't get inside the Enoggera. Oh geez, that's a good spider. Over there, come on, move away. There we go. Oh, hello, here you are. Obviously for security reasons I can't get inside the Enoggera Barracks, but this whole drainage system starts a couple of hundred metres inside the barracks there. Now the Enoggera Army Barracks is about 600 hectares and it goes all the way out to Capera. And this gully here collects water from the top of Enoggera Hill, which is around about 269 metres above sea level. And that runs into what's known as the Enoggera Barracks Dam. Now I never realised there was a dam inside the Enoggera Barracks. I've got some photos here of when it was rebuilt in 2019. And that runs down into this gully, which the only names I can find for this gully is either the Pickering Street Drain or the Sicklefield Street Drain. Now the only real historical map that I have of the drainage system up on that side was a hand-drawn map by a young bloke by the name of Paddy Vidgen. Now Paddy Vidgen was about, I think he was about 10 years old back in 1916, and he used to hang around the troops here as they were training for the Great War. And so much so that they actually adopted young Paddy as like the child mascot of the barracks. Sanford Road, someone's having a worse day than I am. And they even gave him his own uniform. And he actually produced a hand-drawn map of the barracks. And the only reference I can get from that map is that this gully was known as White City. This is a pretty impressive culvert. It's actually a dual culvert. And as you can see on this side, not too much graffiti and not too much rubbish in here. Now it's important to note that the area around Gaythorne and Enoggera used to be some of the most fertile farming land in the north side of Brisbane. And when you look at Paddy Vidgen's hand-drawn map, you'll notice that not far from the train line, he mentions that there's an area known as the Chinese Market Gardens. Now as suburbia crept into these suburbs and those market gardens disappeared, more and more water was being funneled into this drain. So back in the 1950s, the Brisbane City Council realised they needed to do something. Now this drain runs into Kedron Brook, a couple of kilometres further downstream. So I found this picture where the council engineers actually built a concrete scale model of the entire Kedron Brook as it runs out past Toombul. And that's where they did all their hydro testing to work out how much runoff Kedron Brook could actually take. I'm currently walking through Ferguson Park, and it's quite a nice park. I'm not going to go down into the gully here. It's full of lantana, but it does sort of meander around the park here. Yeah. What you doing, fella? Jack. Hey, Jack. So can I film you? Yeah. All right, cool. What's your name? Cam. Yeah. What's your channel? It's Cam Carter Adventures. Yeah, right. Yeah. So you do a bit of photography, do you? Yeah, just amateur. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Hey Jack, what you doing? Yeah, it's a nice place to take a photo. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Oh, cool. So the chap I just met there, his name's Bill Anderson, and he takes a lot of photos around this area. And he's got a bit of a Facebook page which I'm going to have to check out. My next benchmark on my travels is to go underneath the train line here, and if I'm lucky, we're at peak train time, so we should be able to see a train. Here we are now. So this is the train bridge. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to Francis Bourgeois and do a bit of train spotting on the other side of that gully. If you don't know who Francis Bourgeois is. Oh, here we go. Ow. Oh yeah, that's a good way to bang your head. For those of you that don't know, this is the Ferny Grove line, and this is the section of track between Enoggera and Gaythorne. An interesting thing to note about Gaythorne Station is that there is a reason that the Ferny Grove line has all the old electric trains, and it's got to do with the fact that Gaythorne Station has a whopping great big curve in the platform. Now, if you know any more about this, leave a message in the comments. It'd actually be an interesting video to make. This line has been electrified, and I don't think there's been too many diesel trains come down here in the last 20 years or so. But under the train bridge we go. And our next stop is going to be Pickering Street. So I'm trying to sneak down into the culvert underneath Pickering Street, but it kind of looks a bit all dirty and smelly. Not quite sure whether this is going to work, because I do have a bad tendency of falling down things. And I can't really get down there without my waders on, but if anybody wants to have a look up that little stormwater drain there, it's a decent sized one. I'm going to make my way down the gully here, trying to stay as close as I can to the edge. Oh, snuck down there. Where are you? Funnily enough, this culvert here doesn't appear to have any graffiti in it at all, and it doesn't even look like there's too many spiders' webs. This is much more pleasant. A couple of inches deep, my boots aren't getting too wet. It's a matter of interest, I spray all my work boots with lanolin, and that seems to waterproof them pretty well. Just coming up to the Waddell Street on-ramp and overpass. Now, I remember when there wasn't an overpass here, there used to be a level crossing. I think it was about 1990 they built the overpass here, which sort of coincided with about the same time that they upgraded this whole drainage system. Now this one here is a what do you call these? Four culvert drain underneath the road. I'm trying to pick the best one to walk down. Probably the middle one, maybe. We'll go down the middle one. So, usual graffiti on either side. A couple of inches of water through here. So this is going underneath the on-ramp, and it appears to be raining outside by the looks of it. I've lost my train of thought. This goes underneath the Waddell Street overpass. The overpass was built to go across the train line so they could get rid of the level crossing. Oh, and as we come out here, there's a fairly decent bit of a sun shower there, but there's a fairly decent drain which runs up into here, which I haven't and I don't have a torch, so I can't go too far up this drain, but it's a good one. It might be a bit of an explore for another day. Now this is just the culvert for the off-ramp that goes back up to Pickering Street. I like the way that they've built these little boat ramps here. I assume you get earth moving equipment down here to clean out the drain. So I'm going to do my best to I'm going to do my best to stick to the actual drain I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get through some of this vegetation here to the next part. Oh, might be able to. We'll keep going. Now, as I'm coming up to quite an impressive scrub turkey mound, see a fella. There he is. I had to backtrack about 100 metres to cross to the other side of the drain, but I think I might be able to walk through. Oh, what was that? That was a lizard, maybe? I don't know, something just jumped into the water. Okay, after battling spiders and lantana, I've finally come out at the concrete part of the drain. I might be able to walk through here, I'm not quite sure. There's industrial premises on either side of this drain, so I need to be in the drain. I can't really get onto the top side of it. Now there I'm just going to have to accept that I'm going to get wet feet here. Oh, it's already wet. There's not a lot of point in me worrying too much about it. Good thing about this drain is that it's all concrete underneath. Apart from wet feet, it's actually not too bad to walk through. Some stairs if you need to get out in a big hurry. So this part of the drain, I suppose you'd call the Pickering Street drain, because it does run parallel with Pickering Street. It's very peaceful down here. It's quite a cool winter's morning. The water's quite cold. I know before I told you how I waterproof my boots. It doesn't really matter when you're knee deep in water. Oh, the dogs are going off. There's only one option here to keep my feet wet. This bit here appears to be made of rubble, so it's actually very slippery. I don't know if I'm going to get through here. Just a bit of a public service announcement, I suppose. Don't play around in drains if you know it's about to rain, because they do have a tendency of filling quite quickly, and as you can see by the walls around here, it's pretty difficult to climb out of them. I'm now definitely knee deep in water, and I'm hoping that very shortly I get through this vegetation and it goes back to concrete. Might have another little bit to go yet. Seen a lot of lizards, but I haven't seen any snakes yet. Alright, some spiky bushes here. This looks a bit feral up here. Oh, that was a... pretty sure that's a lizard. So I managed to extricate myself out of that. I tried getting up that concrete wall there, but unfortunately I'm not that flexible. I'm really surprised I haven't seen any snakes. More importantly, I'm surprised I haven't fallen over yet. Alright, so this is the Enoggera Street walking bridge. And that's just where I've come up there. It doesn't exactly look like the most wild and adventurous place when you look at the surrounding industrial buildings. This here heads down to the Sicklefield Road drain. Sorry about the wind, which has weirdly just picked up. Coming up now to the South Pine Road culvert. There is a surprising lack of graffiti here, but who's that? Is that Pluto or is that Goofy? I think it's Goofy. This part of the drain here is actually the start of what's known as the Serpentine drains. And basically the Serpentine drains are just drains that snake their way through a park or an area. They're exposed drains. I know not much more I can say about that. This is Sicklefield Street. I might as well walk straight down the Serpentine drain. Now I want you to have a look at this photo here. This was taken back in 1980 when they originally built this drain. As you can see, there's a bunch of likely Aussie blokes dressed in their full high-vis and protective PPE. So I've downloaded some of the historical aerial imagery photos of this region going back into the 1940s. It'll give you an idea of what the original creek looked like and also its evolution over the years. So this park I'm walking through right now is known as Grinstead Park. And this here is the end of the Enoggera Serpentine Drain System. And the water here starts at Enoggera Hill, which is 269 metres above sea level. It then passes down through the Enoggera Barracks Dam and then crosses over Pickering Street and Shan Street to eventually finish here at Kedron Brook. Well, I've spent quite a few hours making this video and I've just realised that this little tributary here is actually known as Sandy Creek. Now there must be dozens of Sandy Creeks in Australia and this is just another one of them. But I still reckon that the Serpentine Drain is a far better name for it. Anyway, I've really enjoyed making this video and if you've enjoyed watching it, please give me a thumbs up and also I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel where I unearth the lost remnants of the world in which we once lived. But as usual, stay safe, have a great day.